Good morning. Hello, Jovon here with Downey Yoga. We're going to be doing a 60-minute all levels flow. If you happen to have a couple blocks, we will be using them today. So maybe go ahead and grab those if you don't have them there already. Water and of course your yoga mat would be great. We're going to get started off in a nice seated position. So any crisscrossed position, you can have the shins crossed or come into Siddhasana with your ankles crossed. Give yourself a little bit more space. If you want to sit up on a block or a blanket, you're more than welcome to do that too. Place your hands on top of your lap, okay? Or maybe you want to cup your hands in your lap, whichever is most comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Start to relax your facial muscles. Sit up straight. Get any little last fidgeting out. And let's begin to check in. Checking into your body. How's your body feeling today? Maybe you're a little sore or tender from something else you've been doing. Maybe there's some other extracurricular activities, such as some extra gardening or painting during this time of quarantine. Or maybe you were practicing some Bakasana crow pose arm balances, and maybe you feel a little sore from that. Or maybe you slept wrong. It could be anything. So if you're starting to feel if you feel that and you notice that in your body, just take note of it. No need to judge it. Okay, by this time the breath is probably getting a little bit deeper. You can feel the inhale with more length, and you can feel the exhale with more depth. And then we're going to start to tune in a little bit deeper here, checking in with the mindset. Does the mind have a lot of things on it, a lot of thoughts? Maybe you feel a lot of negativity surrounding these thoughts. There's some congestion, when a lot of thoughts go in, it can cause a little traffic jam. So just examining these things, observing them, not judging them, just being aware. When we bring our awareness towards something, we are engaging the consciousness. Now, the unconscious mind doesn't like that. The unconscious mind wants you to move as a habitual creature, because we are a species of habit. So sometimes we just have these habits of thinking certain ways that are not necessarily the best way or the healthiest way or the most positive way. So checking in, taking note. And let's take a big breath in through the nose all the way. Hold it at the very top. Open the mouth, saw it out, let it all go. Inhale all the way through the nostrils into the lungs. And open the mouth, let it go. And one more time, a big clearing breath here. The biggest breath that you've taken all morning or all day long. And let it go. See how empty you can get on this breath. And then just start to breathe in and out to the nose, Samavriti. If you have a Ujjayi pranayama, you can also lightly constrict the back, the throat, engaging our victorious breath. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, palms will meet at the very top. Exhale, going to twist towards your right. Okay, so the right hand on the left knee, left hand back behind you. Look back. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Palms meet. Exhale, second side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale for Om. Let's meet ourselves in a tabletop here. So wrists under the shoulders, knees will go under the hips. And at first, we'll just sway front to back, side to side. All right, meet me in a flat back, coil the navel in, wrapping the triceps back to broaden the collarbone here. Just press the crown of the head forward and the tailbone towards the back wall. Shins and tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the belly. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the belly. Exhale, rounding the back. Really coil in here. Good. And back and forth on your own. Stay with your breath. Notice if you happen to feel any tenderness in the low back. And just honor that. Maybe don't do so much of an arching in your Vittalasana, cow. Bring the heart more forward than arching and dumping into the lower back. And then exhale, rounding. Inhale, flat back. Extend your right leg parallel to the floor. Point your toes down, so much so that the pinky toe is pointing down. And just notice where the balance went. Did you kind of lean a little bit more onto the left knee and hand? Okay, and let's kind of even this out. Good. Inhale, reach the left arm forward, handshake-like fashion. So you want to even out the weight in the right palm and the left knee shin. On the exhale, let's bring the elbow and knee towards one another. So rounding the back. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale. round. And see if you can tap the knee and elbow together. And keep on doing this back and forth on your own. These gentle movements here help to warm up the body. Careful you're not dumping into the right shoulder. You want to keep the right arm strong. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, only set the left palm down. Curl your left toes under. Take an inhale. On the exhale, three-legged dog. Good. So spin the inseam of your right inner thigh up to the sky. Hollow out your armpits. Maybe get a little bit more heavier into the right palm. So the chest is even in space. Good. Now fan the right hip open. Keep the legs straight. Okay, so we're just stacking the right hip over the left. We're still pushing the hips up and back. So melt the left heel down. Palms are pressing into the earth. Good. Now if you want, you can bend your knee, roll the ankle around, wiggle the toes. But still, even out those shoulders. Press the right shoulder down towards the earth. Okay, as you pull the hips back. One more breath here. Good. On the exhale, rest the right foot all the way down to meet the left. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, drop your knees tabletop. Good. Uncurl your toes, point them back. Left leg extends. Good. Parallel to the floor. Spin the inner thigh up to the sky so we can turn off the glute meat. And then right arm forward, handshake leg fashion. Okay, draw the navel in. Careful you're not dumping into the lower back. We don't want an exaggerated lumbar curve. We want to bring stabilization in. On the exhale, elbow and knee meet, and you know what to do. So just back and forth on your own. If you feel a little bit wiggly, pause for a moment and slowly get back into it. There's no need to rush. Let's see if you can do the full movement. Good. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, only the right palm goes down. Curl your right toes under. Exhale, three-legged dog. Okay, so splitting your legs like you're doing a splits. Okay, standing splits. Three-legged standing splits. Okay. Good. Now fan your left hip open. Keep the leg straight though, okay? And then press the left shoulder down earthward. Just keep on pressing the palms into the earth. Pressing the hips up and back. Now bend your knee, roll the ankle, wiggle the toes if that feels good. Okay, we really want to engage on the right hamstrings is opening up, okay? So keep on pushing those hips up and back so we can engage in that stretch as well as opening up the hips. One more breath here. On the exhale, rest the left leg down, downward facing dog. Inhale, just to lengthen the spine here, pressing back. Exhale. Tabletop. Good, well done. We're going to walk the hands forward, Anahatasana. Dip the chest down. Now your chin can be resting on the mat or your forehead. I have to hover my my head here because of the microphone. So you find what works for you, but press the palms down, especially the index finger, thumb, and the inner wrist, so that way you feel the sense of your forearms drawing towards each other, and then wrap the triceps earthward, hollowing out the space in those armpits. Okay, use your breath to lengthen the side waist. One more breath here. Good. As you exhale, drop your forearms and slither the chest forward into a Sphinx pose. Okay, so align the elbows somewhat underneath the shoulder heads. Then broaden the collarbone, sending the shoulder heads back and then down. Okay, you can curl your toes under, lift the kneecaps, and maybe swivel the hips side to side. Then point the toes back. Press the pinky toes down so the inner thighs spiral up. Crown of the head is up towards the sky, and tailbone is chasing those heels. Good. On your exhale, slide the palms down by the short ribs. Okay, meet me in a tabletop position. Take an inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift both of your heels really high. Okay, and I want you to ripple forward into a plank pose. So leading with that space in between your shoulder blades, like you're rounding a back like a scared cat. Good. Plank. On your exhale, hover your knees for floating tabletop. Inhale, extend your legs for a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your heels. Ripple forward into your plank. Shoulders will go past the wrist crease line. Exhale, floating tabletop. Inhale, extend the legs. So press the heels back, coming into a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. One more just like that. Inhaling. Good. Exhaling, floating tabletop. Keep the tailbone towards the knees. Inhale, plank pose, heels back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, slightly bend your knees, look forward. On the exhale, take 1 or 2 steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take your arms behind your back, interlace the fingers. See if you can get the heel of the palms to meet. You can have the knees bent if you need to. Inhale, lengthen, anchor the knuckles back. Exhale, dip your chest down, relax your head, maybe even tuck the chin towards the chest as you bring your hands basically up and over. And you want to draw the shoulders away from the ears, maybe nod your head no, yes, maybe some figure eights or circles, something to relieve a little bit of the tension in the neck and shoulders. Micro bend in the elbows. Place more weight into the balls of the feet. Release the arms down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. When we rise, reaching up, palms will meet at the very top. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samasahiti. Bring the feet together, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, reach up, palms meet. Exhale, hinge forward all the way down with a flat back, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen for Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, one leg at a time. I want you to step back into your plank. Okay, you want to fire up the quadriceps here so the tailbone is pointing towards the heels. Then shift forward on the inhale. Exhale, you can modify by knees, chest, chin. Okay, or you can just lower halfway and then hold. Inhale for your back bend. So keep it respective. If you want to go halfway, baby cobra or upward dog, it's up to you. On the exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, slightly bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop. Inhale, lengthen, palms slide up the shins. Exhale, fold. And we rise, reaching up, palms will meet at the very top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up, palms meet. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms. Step it back into your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower slow chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop, up to you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And we rise, reaching up. Very strong legs here. Palms meet. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bring the feet together, big toes touching. Meet me in a chair pose. So bend your knees, sink your hips. Reach the arms up. Okay, place the weight in your heels. Tailbone is down. See if you can get the biceps behind the ears. Okay, if your shoulders are really tender, you can always place your hands Anjali Mudra. Good. On the exhale, sweep your right arm down and back. Let's open up here. Okay, now what happens is that hips will start to swivel. So keep the right hip back and in and crawl the left rib cage towards the right side of your room. Okay, inhale, let's bring it back to center. Exhale, second side. So left hip back and in, but right rib cage towards the left. Keep on squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale. Arms come up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, heart comes forward. Exhale, plant your palms. Let's step back into plank. Keep your feet about hips distance apart. Good. Knock the heels over to the right. And then sweep the left arm straight up to the sky. So I do have my feet staggered here, and that's okay. Let's do that, okay? So that we can even up our hips. Lift your hips. You'll send your bottom hip, which is your right hip, back, and the top hip, which is your left hip, forward. Sweeping your top arm over your head. Okay, so pinky down, thumb up. Wrap your right tricep back. Turn on those lats. Good. Now I want you to take your top leg, which is the left leg, send it back behind you. Bend your knee like a kickstand. Okay? Good. So the ball of the foot is back behind you. Then lift your hips, lift your chest, Kamakrasana. Okay, wild thing. So tailbone pointing over towards the back wall as you reach the arm towards the front wall. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, use the belly button and sternum. Draw those 2 points together as you bring yourself back into a plank pose. Okay, use the core. Once you get in, take an inhale. Knock the heels over towards the left. Sweep the right arm up. Okay, so lifting the hips. So let's stabilize first. Reach your top arm over your head. And then take the the right foot back behind you like a kickstand. Then inhale, lift. Belly button, sternum. Exhale, plank. Okay, see if you could do this without waddling so much to make adjustments. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower slow. Keep guiding the heart forward as you lower. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, pull it back. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, right leg comes nice and high. Fan the hip open, bend the knee. Good. As you exhale, knee to nose, draw it in, round the back a lot. Good. Shift forward, look forward, land the foot closest to the right thumb. Drop your back knee down, release the toes. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And we'll take the left arm under the right. Okay, so Garudasana, eagle arms. Lift the elbows up and the forearms away from the face. Okay, so rounding the upper back, just spreading those shoulder blades away from one another. Curl your back toes under. Start to lift the kneecap. Come into a higher lunge. Spin the inseam with the left inner thigh back through the heel. Tailbone down. On the next inhale, reach your arms up. Pinky fingers are facing each other for the external rotation. On the exhale, plant your palms, pause. Extend your front leg nice and straight so you're on the heel. Hug the hip in and come really high on the ball of the back foot. Okay. If you need a set of blocks underneath your hands, you're more than welcome to grab a hold of a couple blocks here. Place them underneath the palms. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, see if you can really hinge forward at the hips. Okay, so we want the belly to come on top of the front thigh. One more breath here. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Come into a runner's lunge, so pressing the back heel all the way. Plant your palms, okay? Take it back into a three-legged plank, okay? So you want to float the back leg. Shift forward, exhale, lower, slow. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, fan the hip open. Bend your knee. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. Coil in. And land the foot closest to your left thumb. Drop your back knee. Release the toes. Inhale, arms come up. And then take the right arm under the left. Okay, so you could be palm to palm or knuckle to knuckle. Just broaden the shoulder blades. So, protraction. Curl your back toes under, lift the kneecap. Let's come into a higher lunge. Press the right inner heel back. See if you can lengthen without dumping into the lower back. So tailbone down, okay? If you feel a lot of pressure in the lower back, bend your knee, that's okay. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant your palms, extend your front leg. So you want to come onto the heel of the front foot and the ball of the back foot. Okay. Left hip back and in. Just keep on pressing the left inner heel forward and down. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale. Okay. Hinge at the hips. Okay, so we want the belly. So keep the upper back like a baby cobra as you hinge forward. Instead of rounding, let's see if we can get more length. One more breath in. As you exhale, runner's lunge. Good. Inhale for a three-legged plank. Shift forward, exhale, lower, slow. Inhale for your back bend, okay? So your choice on what you want to do here. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet, okay? And take the feet out a little bit wider than hips distance. Good. Peace sign fingers are going to hook your big toes. Inhale, lengthen, heart comes forward. Exhale, fold. Bow the elbows out. Okay, and dip your chest down. Okay, split the sit bones away from each other. So just rolling the inner thighs back. Breathe. Good. One more breath here. As you exhale, release. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk forward into a plank pose. Okay, so all the way, keep the feet where they are. Good, well done. Knock the heels over towards the right. Reach the left arm up. Then sweep the left arm over your head. Good. Take your left foot back behind you like a kickstand. Kamakrasana. Take an inhale, just like we did before. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. One more breath. On the exhale, brings you back into plank. Then second side, shift over. Take an inhale as you back bend. Exhale, bring it back. Good. Feet are hips distance. Shift forward. Lower, slow. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, slightly bend your knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And we rise, reaching up, palms meet. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale for chair pose. Bring your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Take an inhale to lengthen. On the exhale, left elbow across to the right knee. Press the top hand into the bottom. Now I want you to think of more lengthening the spine and then crawl the left rib cage towards the right. Hug your right hip back and in and squeeze those inner thighs together. You can also look down, make sure your shins are even in space. Good. Left hip back in, and I misspoke. I think I said right. Good. Keep the palms together. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Okay, top hand into the bottom. Right hip back and in. Okay. Crawl the right rib cage towards the left side. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. From here, we're going to take a little step back and come into a squat. So Bakasana, crow pose. So we want to place the palms, get the armpits really into the knees and place the palms down. Okay. So shift, you want to lift the hips, shift forward, think chaturanga arms. Okay. Rounding the back, so protraction in the shoulders. And now when you don't even have to keep the lift the feet off the floor. You can just work on making this shape. Okay. Draw the inner elbows and the inner thighs together. The gaze is forward. Don't look towards the feet. You want to have the gaze and heart going forward. Okay, so just keeping the shape is great. If you like, you can always lift your heels. Okay, lift your heels towards the glutes. Again, rounding the entire back. We have a lot of spinal flexion here. Okay, so you can play around with that just for a moment. And if you like, you can step back into a plank, or if you shoot back into chaturanga, keep your elbows bent. Then inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Fan the hip open, bend the knee. Good. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Land the foot closest to your right thumb. Drop your back heel down. Meet me in a warrior one. Okay, arms come up on the inhale. Okay. Make sure your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Seal the outer edge of the back foot as you spiral the inner thigh back. Bend deeply into the front knee. And then as you inhale, you want to lengthen the spine. Reach the arms up. Use the arms to lengthen the body. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Good. So reaching the arms out like wings, lift the front hip off the thigh. Keep your left thigh bone quadricep very active, like you're pressing the thigh bone into the hamstrings. Okay, extend the front leg nice and straight here. Shift forward, like you're extending your left hip out in space. Exhale, Trikonasana. And you can use a block here on the inside or the outside of your right foot. Wrap the right tricep back so that you can bring the shoulder away from the ear. You can look up towards the left thumb. Can you soften the top ribs down and lengthen the right side on the right waistline? Good. Tailbone going back. Maybe lean the shoulder blades over the front knee. Just a few more breaths here. All right, now on the inhale, bend into your front knee. Meet me in a warrior two. Good. On the exhale, extend your front leg. Again, if you have the block, Set it back behind you. And then point your right toes over to the left side of your room. Okay. Take the arms back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Okay. We want the feet to be about 3.5 to 4 feet apart. Toes are dead ahead. Prasarita Padottanasana C. Anchor the knuckles down as you wrap the triceps back. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips all the way down. Okay. So knuckles up, shoulders away from the ears. Place the weight in the outer edges of your feet. Okay, split those sit bones away from each other. One more breath here. Okay, you want to release your arms. Oops. Release your arms. Plant them on the floor. Inhale, lift halfway. Good. Keep that flat back as you exhale. Place your hands on your hips. On the inhale, come up to a standing with a flat back. Point your right toes towards the front of your mat. Bend into the front knee. Left toes come to a 45-degree angle and reach your arms out like wings here. Good. So can you bend a little deeper into the front knee? Get really wide here. We want to stretch the legs out. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse it up and back. Okay, tailbone down. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way. Good, well done. Plant your palms, three-legged plank. Go slow and through your vinyasa. Inhale, left leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Shift forward as you land the foot closest to the left thumb. Drop the back heel. Inhale for your warrior one. Okay, you really want to work on spinning the inseam of pushing the outer edge of your foot and spinning the inseam of your right inner thigh back. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Changing your stance, widening your stance. And extend your front leg nice and straight. Okay, mound down the left big toe. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana. Okay, find a block or maybe something, maybe a couple blankets, something that will help you to make this shape. Wrapping the left tricep back, shoulder away from the ear because the shoulder sometimes creeps into the ear. Spreading those arms away. Keep the back leg active, tailbone going towards the back heel. Couple breaths here. We want to stretch the legs. Lengthen the bottom waistline, taking the top ribs down. Good. On your next inhalation, bend into your front knee. Warrior two. Exhale, find your feet, okay? Good. Extend your front leg nice and straight. You have the block, move it out of the way. Point your toes towards the right side of the room, your front toes. You can place your hands on your hips so that way you can get your feet in the right foundation. Good. Well done. Take the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Okay. Release the arms, make them flat on the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Okay, exhale, hands on the hips. Keep that flat back. Inhale, press up to standing. Okay, exhale, warrior two. Flip the front palm. Inhale, Viparita, Virabhadrasana. Strong legs. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Good. Step it back into your plank and lower slow. Inhale, up dog cobra. Good. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slightly bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. Let's take a malasana. Good. Okay, elbows on the inside of the knees, hands at prayer. Good. Now we're going to forward fold, but keep the feet wide, toes dead ahead. Okay, so we'll have to bring the feet more parallel to each other rather than out. Okay, and I want you to take your forearms and wrap them behind the calves and hold on to the back of the ankles. Okay, now pull up on the ankles. You want to stretch your heart earthward. Okay, so that way the belly is touching the thighs here, and pull up on the ankles as much as you can and forward fold. Let the head hang really heavy here, like a bobblehead. Okay, lifting in the kneecaps to activate the quadriceps and open up the hamstrings. Good. From here, malasana. So toes out, heels in, bring the hips down. All right, we're going to grab a hold of our blocks. Okay. Place them on the lowest setting here. Okay, and they're going to be in between your ankles. Let's come up into a forward fold again, wide-legged forward fold. You're going to press them back a little bit, and then you're going to place your palms right on top of them. And as you squat down, you want to bring your upper arm right underneath the knees. And this is where we're going to pause here, okay, just to make an adjustment. As almost like your forearms, okay, the blocks need to be shoulders distance apart. Not the forearms, the triceps are making a shelf for your thighs. Okay, good. So just test that out. We're not lifting the feet yet. Stay grounded. Good. And then we'll forward fold. You can move the blocks off to the side. Okay, and really work. Let's grab a hold of the right ankle. Bring the chest in, bow the elbows out. And do the same thing with the left. Good. Okay, add the blocks. Let's take a squat. So get the elbows on the inside. And if you want to, you can walk the feet a little bit closer towards one another so that way we squeeze the upper arm. Okay? Now, you can start to wiggle the feet forward, bring your heart forward, and maybe you can a little bit of a lift. Okay, you can also see if you can cross your ankles here. Okay, in this pose. Again, making a nice shelf for your legs. And then when you come down into a malasana. Okay, we're going to try that a couple more times. So don't worry, we'll get some more chances. Good. Okay, forward fold, stretch the legs out, maybe take the feet a little bit wider here. Do what you need to do. Good. Let's add our blocks. Take a squat down. Remember, blocks are shoulders distance apart because your hands are right on top of them. And we want the elbows to be stacked over. Walk your feet in. Hug your outer upper arms with your inner thighs and knees. Okay, once you find just right, you can start to bring the heart forward and kind of lift the feet. Okay, if you have the feet, then maybe cross the ankle, cross the opposite ankle if you have it, and bring the heart forward. Okay, now you can also extend the legs, maybe shoot back into a chaturanga. Okay, making adjustments. And downward facing dog. Good. Let's bring ourselves into a child's pose. Okay, blocks off to the side. Reach your arms forward. Take a couple of breaths. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Good, well done. Okay, so we're going to come on to the back. Cross your ankles, bring the feet forward. Knees towards the chest, just hug them in. Good, we'll go into a happy baby from here. Melting the sacrum down, shimmy the shoulders away from the ears. Good, bring the feet down, close to the pelvic bone. Arms down by your sides. Okay, toes slightly inward. Lift your hips enough to interlace the fingers behind the hamstrings. Start to teeter-totter the shoulders right under you. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Send your sit bones towards the hamstrings and draw the inner knees together. Okay, really ground down the inner heels and the big toes as you lift from the heart. Really stretch out as much as you possibly can. Okay, if you want, you could even release your interlaced fingers, walk the heels back, and grab a hold of the ankles here and see how that feels. One more breath. Then exhale, start to release. Good. Arms down by your sides, and let's get some momentum here by bringing the knees towards the chest, lifting the hips, and bringing ourselves into Halasana. So kick your legs over your head. Maybe the toes reach the floor behind you. Maybe they don't. Okay, another option is just to extend your legs towards the sky. Keep your hips down. You don't need to flip. You can interlace your fingers behind your back, wrapping the triceps earthward. If you want to swing the arms over your head, you're more than welcome to do that too. Okay, this is a really nice pose to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the calm, the rest, the digest nervous system. Keep on breathing as fully as you can in this pose, spinning the inner thighs skyward, broadening the pelvic bone, releasing the lower back, releasing tension in the neck. Good. If you have your arms over your head, let's sweep the arms down by the sides, palms facing the earth. Okay, like you're gripping the earth, and slowly roll out of this, one vertebrae at a time. Use the core. Good. Legs extend all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest. Knock the knees over to the left for a gentle twist. You can make an adjustment with the hips. Reach the right arm out and start to take bigger breaths here. Feels good to saw out any breath. You can go ahead and do that too. And then switching to your second side. And knees into the chest. And give yourself a nice big squeeze. Bring your forehead towards the knees together. Take a big inhale and hold it at the very top. Open the mouth, release, extend your legs, release the arms. Prepare for your final resting pose. If there's any props that you like to add, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, just fan the legs and arms out. Feet are flopping open. Palms are flopping open. Shimmy those shoulders away from the ears. Okay, check in with the spine. Make sure it's comfortable. Okay, if you need to use your hands to remove the flesh away from the sacrum so that you can avoid any pinching sensation, congestion, you can try that too. Take a big breath in. Release the breath. You can lick your lips and swallow or do anything else that will put you in a state of comfort, a state of relaxation. This is when we can relax deeper Let our practice digest. Let the practice communicate with the different parts of our bodies, our minds. This is it. Shavasana. Let your body rest. You can stay here for as long as you need to. Anywhere between 5 to 7 more minutes would be great if you have it. I want to thank you so much for joining class today. If you'd like to send a donation, you can find us on Venmo, Downey-Yoga. Thank you so much for your support during this time. Thank you so much for making the time out of your day to practice. Namaste.